Hey friends, I wanted to make a little video. Usually at the end of the year I'll like to take a look at my channel analytics and see what I can discover and how to plan for the new year when it comes to content creation, my interests, and then also like what performs well on the channel. So over the years I've kind of looked at it from different perspectives, but now most of my channels are like 10 years old. When I look at the analytics, I don't take it real personally. Maybe I should. It's easier to look at the numbers from an objective perspective now that my channels are older. I do like to make content that others enjoy watching. I don't want to do it just all for myself. I thought today would be a perfect day to take a look at the DIY with Jenny channel analytics. Now that we have ChatGPT, it'll be a lot easier to analyze large amounts of data and get some good ideas for the future and easily and quickly organize these thoughts. In my case, I'm going to start with a Google spreadsheet so you can maybe get some ideas for your own channel. I'm focusing on the DIY with Jenny channel to start because that's the one that I have that's partnered and is monetized, so we have more data to analyze and also the potential to make some extra income on the side. When I look at how much money I've made on that channel, I'm like, it would be nice if it was like, 10 times as popular. It'd be nice to have about 10 times the income on YouTube, but of course that may or may not be a pipe dream. In any case, I was going to analyze the data and I figured I might as well share a little highlight from how I'm going to go about doing that using ChatGPT. This last year I finally got Microsoft Suite because I started to do more complicated taxes, and there's Microsoft Excel, which is like the paid version of Google spreadsheets. So we'll do the free version on Google, but if you have a Microsoft account, you can use Google Excel, which also has its own awesome templates to choose from. Another Microsoft app that I really love using, and I discovered it like a year or two ago, is PowerPoint. I know this sounds ridiculous because PowerPoint has been around for so many years. I mean, doesn't everybody use PowerPoint at this point? Well, I'm pretty new to PowerPoint. I've used it to update my resume and work on business deck ideas and YouTube thumbnails. I'll probably throw in some ideas about how to use PowerPoint. Let me know if you have any ideas to add to what we're about to look into, and also if there's any tips or tricks that you've learned from having your own YouTube channel. I don't really mind, like, if there's fellow content creators, if you tell me about your channel in my comments, I don't mind. Especially if you're a real person and not just a bot. But yeah, so I'm open to hearing from other content creators. In Seattle, they have a monthly meetup for Seattle Online Broadcasters. That's the SOBA group, the Seattle Online Broadcasters Association. They have so many different kinds of streamers from Twitch and YouTube, and basically it's open to any streaming platform. But yeah, there's like sometimes I think 100 people that show up, and they usually have it at GameWorks in Seattle, which is really fun. A 2-story arcade, and they have all kinds of fun stuff there and food and everything. So if ever you're in Seattle, I would definitely check it out if you're also a content creator. If you're ever feeling lonely as a content creator, I recommend checking your local meetups and seeing if there's any kind of meetups like the SOBA group. Okay, cool. So this is how I go about checking my channel analytics and getting into the data that we're going to analyze with ChatGPT. Once you're in your channel dashboard, you'll come over to the left panel, and if you don't see this panel, you can use this hamburger at the top left to expand your panels. And then you can read where the stuff is, and so we want to go to the Analytics tab. At that point, I'll minimize my hamburger for that menu so that I can see a little bit more over here. Once you're in your channel analytics, then you can see over here the last 28 days, do the last week, the last month, the last 30 days, the last year, a lifetime, depending on what I'm doing. Like in this case, we want to analyze the overall channel success, I guess, and like where should we go from here kind of thing. So what I'll do is I'll just analyze the last year because I think that'll be a pretty good idea of how we've currently been posting. And as you can see, we've actually made some money on this channel, $237.16. So that was really cool. Quick side note on the monetization of YouTube. Over here in that same list that we were in, you can scroll down to earn, and that's where you can learn about monetization on your channel and if you qualify or not yet. So if you don't qualify, you have to wait, but then you can eventually set up the ads, and then you'll have different ads that you can add to each video, and based on which kind of ad it is, then you'll make more money or more or less money, and then in the analytics section, then you can see which ads did better, and some of them are like mid-roll ads. So if you have a YouTube video that's 8 minutes or longer, then you can add a mid-roll ad because it's a longer video, and then they're like skippable mid-roll ads, and those ones apparently have made my channel the most money. Obviously I couldn't live off of $237 in a year, but it does add up, and I can't help but dream about what would it be like to have a more popular channel, or to have like 5 channels that are all doing decent. I've been around since YouTube started, and ever since I heard about YouTube, I was just like, oh my god, I totally want a YouTube channel. And that was actually what spurred my interest in getting my first video camera that was mine. Before that, when I was a teenager, my family had a home video camcorder, like the kind that had an actual miniature tape in it that you had to convert over to VHS. So that was like my high school years. Had the cool family quarter that we could use on, like, you know, friend projects and stuff. But then in my, I guess it was my mid-20s or early 20s, I heard about YouTube, and I was like, oh my god, that's so cool. Like, I always wanted my own TV channel or my own TV show. That would be so fun. So I've always been really passionate about YouTube, and it was definitely what inspired me to get my first camera and stuff. It can be kind of boring or daunting, or it can bruise your ego a little bit to look at the analytics. Like, sometimes there's not even enough data to analyze for the analytics, but luckily on this channel, so I wanted to use this one as an example because there's at least some data to analyze. On the analytics tab, the first option is the overview, and it'll tell you how many views in the last like 365 days. So for some reason there's a spike every once in a while. Like that one had a bunch of watch time for some reason. It was like a few days after I put out this short video. When you're in these graphs, you can hover over stuff like that to get more information. And then scrolling down, you can see the top content during this period. And these are all rough overviews. And if we click on each individual video, it'll tell you for like my top video. Let's say in the last year on this particular video, we actually had 262 subscribers on this one video. This particular channel, it definitely slows down in the winter because it's featuring like DIY fashion that's usually suitable for the summer. So a lot of my views are lower in the winter, but hopefully we can change that over time. You can see just how much watch time comes from that one video. And then you can see at what point do viewers drop off. Like they're watching, but at like 3 minutes and 17 seconds, it's all downhill from there. Most people are already out of there. Some people make it to the end, and this is probably just the outro. Most people watched about 40.2%, which is 2 minutes and 38 seconds was the attention span for that video. Most videos that I'll watch all the way until the end. They'll be compelling enough for me to like look at the thumbnail and want to watch the whole video. And unless it's like super boring, I'll definitely watch the whole thing. So we'll try to make our videos more compelling to watch all the way through to the end. If you want to see more about the content, then you come over here to this content tab. And then this one will tell you more about how people found your videos. Okay, how did people find my shorts? Over half of them found them from the shorts feed. And then YouTube search, so people might be searching a topic and my YouTube short will come up. You can see like how many external views. Like for me, I have a lot of my videos embedded on my website. So there's a good chance that anybody that goes to my website probably is an external view. And then there's our top shorts, so we can see which topics were the most popular that we chose to do. And the YouTube shorts are good to analyze because they're actually, for me at least, they're the easiest kind. I guess I've had some live streams on here, but not too many, but you can see how many views the live streams have gotten. And then audience, I like to learn about my viewers. So in the last year, we've had over 600 subscribers, which is awesome. I bet we'll be able to get more views and more subscribers if we use the data to our advantage. I just wanted to show you some of these features that I usually will check. Like right here, even though it says publish time is not known to directly affect the long-term performance of a video, I also heard the theory that if you get a lot of views in the first hour of publishing, then it helps like off the bat. If I want to release a video on this channel, I would probably aim for this time slot because there's like 4 p.m., 5 and 6 p.m. on Wednesday. So in the early evening on Wednesday would be an awesome time to release content for my channel. Probably wouldn't stress over that one with that whole disclaimer in mind. You know how some YouTubers will totally complain? They'll be like, hardly any of you are all subscribed to my channel. Well, I try not to ever be that person, but since we're here, let's just like take a moment to notice why people are whining and complaining all the time is because there's only 2.5% of my subscribers are actually watching my videos, but it's like, who cares? They subscribe, they can do what they want. Um, but the people that are watching my videos mostly are not subscribed. So there's like 97.5% are not even subscribed. They're just like passing through. They may or may not subscribe or come back in the future. But yeah, that's kind of cool to find out. And then you can see what parts of the world are watching your videos the most. And I don't know how to appeal more to other countries. Looks like after the United States, the most popular country would be Philippines, and then Trinidad and Tobago, and then Brazil, and then Canada. Also, I always like to add subtitles to my video, at least the auto subtitles. I'll like go through and I'll make sure that all the brands are spelled correctly and stuff. That way if there's like SEO, it's easier to find the videos if the spelling is correct on the products used and whatnot. You can see that like 68% of people that are watching don't even watch with subtitles. So like, how much does this really matter? Well, if you want to be accessible and you want to, have people in mind, I'll like wake up and I'll do the worst thing in the world, which is to like pick up my phone and start looking at social media right away. When I'm in bed looking at social media, I definitely don't want the audio on. So usually I'll have subtitles on when I'm first waking up and all that good stuff. So I like to add subtitles, and usually if people are using them, then they're just looking at the English. This part's getting boring. Let's go to the revenue tab. Alright, cool. So it says 18% less than the last year is what we made in ad revenue. So that could have something to do with the adpocalypse. Only mostly joking. I don't know that I would be a victim of the adpocalypse. Like, I'm not doing any controversial subjects or anything. So if it was actually 18% less, it's almost a fifth less than what we made the year before, which is kind of depressing, but it kind of makes me want to try harder. But it's going to continue in that direction and be like way less next year, then I might just be like, forget it, I'm done. Just kidding. It's not all for the money. It's just like that the money is an incentive, This is where we got the money from, on which days. And so let's see. Throughout the year, it looks like the best month for ad revenue is October. And then this particular video that has an orange shirt, I'll bet you that other video that with the blue shirt that's like my most popular one that doesn't have any ad revenue, it was probably using audio from the audio library that was not totally Creative Commons or something. With that in mind, if you have a partner channel that has the audio library, then what you can do is just make sure that you do the free songs, because that way you'll never have to worry about the revenue share, which over here, some of the songs have their own particular agreements. So like you might be splitting it 50-50 or whatever it might be. So each one's a little bit different. Revenue sharing details. So this particular song says you'll get partial monetization if you use this song. You'd have to share it with the musician, which is totally fair. Back to the analytics. The last tab over here, which I think is kind of new. Anyway, I noticed it recently, is the inspiration tab. And this uses AI to kind of like search YouTube and see what's popular, see what are people looking for, and it helps you kind of like narrow down like what kind of videos people are looking for in your genre. We could try choosing one of these that it's suggesting, like t-shirt design, cutting, and stitching. Let's just do t-shirt cutting. Alright, cool. So there's a very high interest from my viewers in this particular topic. Most common tag on my channel is t-shirt cutting. You can then create an outline using AI, and then YouTube will just automatically give you an idea for a video with an outline, which is pretty cool. How to cut and stitch a shirt, and then it just literally gives you a rundown, and then you can copy it and then put it in like a Google document. This is how I start a lot of my projects, especially if I think I might need to share the information with a collaborator. I would probably start right here, which is with a Google document. If you're on YouTube, you probably already have access to this, so you can go over to Google Docs and paste, and then you automatically have your outline for the AI suggested video that YouTube comes up with. So yeah, there's one idea for how to come up with t-shirt cutting ideas. Yeah, I like it, but I'm not stitching on my channel usually. I don't have time for that. I like the no sewing t-shirt cutting videos that are super easy. Medium volume, it'll tell you the volume of people that are interested on your channel. So then it'll give you examples of videos by other people that are doing very well, and you can compare. Like this one has almost 100,000 views in a year, and it's only 90 seconds, so, but they only have 600 subscribers. How'd they do it? Cute. I like it. That was fast. Alright, that is so easy and fast. I can see the appeal. Cool. Well, there's an idea that YouTube is recommending that we model our potential next video after. Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you about advanced mode. If you click on this, then you can see a graph that looks a little bit different. And it's kind of just visually pleasing. You can see your videos by popularity and quickly see the amount of views. Say you want to categorize this list by how much money each video made, so then click on that and it'll list them in order of which videos made the most money, and this would be over the last 30 days. So this one made $10. How to cut your long sleeve tutorial. I mean, that's pretty cool for a shirt video I made like a year or two ago. Oh, this was published in 2018, so I don't know if it's making $10 every single month, but if it's making $300 a year, then that's pretty good. Okay, so yeah, then you can go to traffic source, and this will help you. You can like hover over this, and you can see that most of my traffic came from YouTube Shorts feed that day, and also this day. So sometimes we'll have a spike when we release a YouTube Short. Over the last 90 days, the traffic has come mostly from suggested videos, YouTube search, and then external, and then Shorts feeds. So overall, Shorts, they'll give us these like crazy peaks certain days, but then overall it's usually because of suggested videos. So this was probably because we had good search words, we had good descriptions, titles, thumbnails, and so therefore the videos were suggested. Geography wise, that's interesting. Okay, most of the viewers are from the United States, and then the Philippines after that. Which city is most popular? Oh, this is cool. Alright, London, UK. That's cool. And then New York. Then you can see, like, what about the people that are watching your videos? Like, how old are they? So for me, most of my viewers are between 35 and 44, so middle-aged. I don't know why I think that's funny, but yeah, people my age. What about 100-year-olds? Do I have any 100-year-olds? Okay, a very small amount of teenagers. Better keep that in mind. Keep it age appropriate. Cool, so there's that.